Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Player Pro Show, reactions and reviews. I am your host, Player Pro, and this is my perspective. Now let's get into the show. Alright, well, we're going to hop right into the topic. The topic of the day is female role models. And it's looking bleak. The future is not looking so bright when we look at the type of women that our young generation of women are looking up to. I have a video that we're gonna watch. To me, I don't know what to say. We're just gonna hop into it and then we're gonna come back and talk about it. Okay. Now, that video to me was quite disturbing. But to be honest, that is exactly what our future looks like. Because if you want to change the men, in the society that y'all complain about, change what motivates them. And the worse the women act, the worse the men are gonna act by extension. Now, one of the biggest issues that we have in our community is fatherless households. That's in the black community. And it's been plaguing our community for a long time. And look at who are raising our young people, boys and girls. Most of the people that's being raised in this country are being raised by children themselves, who are still outside, so to speak. Well, let's hop into a few of the comments and let's see what the people had to say. All right. Well, the first commenter says, and this is why China and the rest are light years ahead of us, because we outside tonight. This is the new generation, huh? That's exactly what I just said. This is the new generation. And yes, everyone else is light years ahead of us. Because like I said, until we can get this under control, hey, we're going to be at the dead bottom. And that's a fact. Well, the next commenter says, it's more sad that all the women that commented were black women. If we black don't change how we act, then how are we supposed to expect the world to change how they see us? We will forever be thugs, gangsters, hoes, single mothers, and baby mamas. I don't want that for our people, or for my people. And you're right. We the people, we do control our image. We control it. We put out there what the people see, what the world sees. Everything that we put on social media is seen, it's worldwide. So when we are out here twerking, when we out here being hoodlums and so on, the world sees that and they paint a picture of us. So if we ever want to change the narrative, we got to change how we are viewed. We have to change our image. All right, and the next person says, this is so sad. Unfortunately, as an educator, I see this in a culture of violence regularly. And he's right. I see it regularly as well. Every time I turn on the news, when I turn on social media, all I see is us as young men being hoodlums and thugs, and young ladies being whores and twerking and all this other stuff, all this debaucherous type stuff. See, I do believe that in this country we don't have a female or male problem. We have a culture problem in this country. And until we can get that under control, ain't nothing gonna ever change. All right, the next comment. Them damn iPad kids. The problem with having unmonitored internet access is this. They see things way too early and learn from all the wrong people. Instead of letting YouTube and the internet raise your kids, how about we stop being lazy and be MFing parents? I do agree with that. But see, that's very hard in a single parent household. Because when whoever the parent is, if it's say it's a single mother household, which that's what's normal in our community and in this country. When they're at work, what do you think is raising the children? The internet, social media, television, the radio. That's what's raising the children. That and public schools. The things that go on in public schools, oh my God, you would be surprised. The next person says, are we allowed to whoop other people's kids? We should bring that back. I remember that coming up as a kid. When in the neighborhood that I grew up in, if I got in trouble at someone else's house, I used to get my tail toe up. Then they would take me home, and my parents were like, I sure appreciate it, because they would tell my parents what they did, and they would say, I appreciate it. And then I would get another beat down by my parents. But back then, that's the difference between kids then and kids now. Since they took whooping away and it's child abuse now, ain't nothing gonna ever change. It takes a village, people. It does take a village. All right. Now the next comment says, we are living amongst the worst generation of women in history. And I sadly have to agree with him. Because you got to look at, I just said a few minutes ago, we have a culture problem. And this culture is teaching our young ladies to behave in the manner that they behave in. Whenever you turn on, like I said, the internet, social media, the television, the radio, all you hear is F a ninja, ninjas ain't this, they ain't that, get the bag, I'm a boss B. That's all you hear. And that's what's influencing the women. Because like I said, until we get the culture under control, till we get under control what's conditioning the women, then it ain't gonna never stop. All right, we're gonna hop into one more comment. All right, now the next commenter says, baby mamas and the thought culture will pay a handsome price for influencing this debauchery. Yes, we're paying it. We're paying that price right now. We've been paying it for a long time. We've been paying this price for the last 50 years. The single parent households, the children born out of wedlock. We've been paying this price for a long time, and it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. All right, but that's all I got for y'all on this episode of the Player Pro Show. And like I always say in closing, ladies and gentlemen, we are better together than we are apart. Let's make our community great again. And until next time, I bid y'all adieu.